It's about entrepreneurship. It's about employment. It's about education. This is Small Business NOLA with your hosts, Master Entrepreneur Reuben DeTiege and me, Domonique Decou.
All right. Here we are. Small Business NOLA. We are back on the air, and we're coming in with good information. And we're going to be the place you get all your great information, all your great resources, all your wonderful guests, all the experts, everybody you need. If you want to be successful, this is the show to listen to. If you're going into business, this is the show you want to listen to. And I'm here with my lovely host. I can't do this by myself, and I guess sometimes I'm going to be out of town on projects and whatever else, so she's here to help me. So I got our entrepreneur, empowerpreneur, beautiful divapreneur, Domonique Decou. Hi, Domonique.
Hi, Reuben. How are you?
Introduce yourself to all of New Orleans.
Wow. Well, hello, New
all
Orleans.
All of the world.
All the world.
That's
wow.
Right.
Wow. Well, hello, world. This is Domonique Decou coming to you live from New Orleans, Louisiana, with my incredible co-host, Mr. Reuben DeTiege. And we're just excited to be here to give you all the right information for everything to do with business. We're here to empower you and to really equip you with what you need to go out there and win today.
Absolutely. And this is a collaborative effort. Let me say that to you. And this is maybe something new to New Orleans, and we've seen other communities and whatever do this, but this is going to be new to here. So we have power partnerships, and all a part of our team that we have, which I call Team RJD2. We put together this package of information and experts that will help you to be successful. We're trying to be successful, and we're going to share what we have with you. So we have Caitlin Francis, a.k.a. Lena Barberan, who's going to call in later. She's our production and promotions director, and she's the person that you're going to direct your emails to. So if you want to ask us a question and we're not on the air and you got it and you want to come back to us later, go to SmallBusinessNola, all one word, SmallBusinessNola @gmail.com, and you can contact us. And look, we're going to open the phone lines up in a minute, and call us and talk to us. We're going to introduce you to everybody that's with this show and what we're going to be doing and what we're about. And you can call in. The call-in number is 504-260-9265, 504-260-9265. And we're going to have a lot of wonderful guests on the show. There's going to be some information you can ask, and we have banking people, we have legal people, we have accountants, we have insurance people. So everything that it takes to be successful in an organization and be business like, that's what we're going to be doing. Domonique, well, tell the people, we came together. She and I met at a, what was that, like an expo, huh?
Yes, a business expo.
And we started talking, and we had a lot of the thoughts and a lot of business connections and whatever. So we decided to meet, and I think it was a match made in heaven, because she's going to be able to bring you a lot of good information. She's going to help us out. We're moving this also to the television show. We have a YouTube channel called Small Business NO. You can reach us there. We have We have a Facebook page called Small Business NOLA. We also have a Facebook group called Small Business NOLA. So every way you can think about getting us, you can get to us at Small Business NO on Twitter. You can get to us like that. So if you got any questions, anything that you want to know about business, anything you want to find out about where the resources are, we're going to have funding people on here. We have some of our power partners. You're going to hear us talk a lot about the power partnerships. And the power partnerships are people who have come together and decided, like-minded, like people with us, who are going to bring some information to you from in the community. One of our power partners is Ben Guillory with the insurance company, and you're going to be able to talk to Ben about what he does and how he can help you in giving you ways to get your insurance game going with whatever you're doing. If you're thinking about going into business or you're already in business, we have another power partner who is a legal partner, the law office of LaShonda Webb. She's going to be here, and she'll be calling in hopefully today. And then you'll meet Caitlin, Lena Barberan, who will be calling in and telling us a little bit about what she's got going on. We also have a funding partner, which is Capital One Source, and they're out of Atlanta, but they're really locally here, and they can help you with funding and financing for your business. So, you're going to see a lot of stuff going on. We're going to share some information and news from Facebook, from the newspaper, what's going on in the business world, so we can kind of break it down for you and make it easier for you. So, what else you think, Dominique?
Wow, well, I'm just excited. I'm sitting here getting ready to jump out of my seat because when you think about business and when you think about going into business, one of the biggest keys is making sure that you have the right resources. And so what we're telling you, ladies and gentlemen, to all the people that are out there listening today, is that we're going to equip you with everything that you need, all of the resources, all of the information to really either get that business plan off the ground or that business concept or that idea that you've been having for quite some time, or a business that's already maybe your startup or maybe it's already established. We're going to give you the information that you need through this show. And so we definitely hope that you tune in with us every single week, every Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time to get all of the information. And so I think that's absolutely incredible.
I think
for the people of New Orleans.
Oh, absolutely, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think this is some stuff we've been talking about for a long time. I know people come to me and asking me for some things and finding out where I am with business and what I'm doing. But, I've been in this game 20 years.
Wow.
I've started thousands of businesses. I teach classes. I do training. So, I got a lot of information I'm going to impart on the people. And we're going to have an Ask Reuben segment, and you can send some stuff in and talk to us about it. I know you and I were talking just recently. You had an amazing meeting with an amazing man, didn't you?
I did. I had.
Tell us a little bit about it.
I had an incredible meeting with a gentleman by the name of Chris Gardner, and a lot of the viewers might be familiar with him, but there's a movie that's made of his life, and it's based off of his book called The Pursuit of Happiness. And many of you might recognize it. Will Smith played in the movie along with his son Jaden, but obviously it really talks about a lot of the obstacles and the setbacks, but then the determination that Mr. Gardner actually had to fulfill the dream that he had, which was actually to be a stockbroker and to climb that particular ladder. And so I actually had a meeting with him here in New Orleans. He was speaking at the Hilton Riverside Hotel, and he spoke to a group of maybe about 500 to 600 people that were all involved in insurance, but just about his story and how living a life of happiness and how you find that through really realizing your potential on this earth. And so, of course, I stuck in some other things in there about my own personal business ventures that I want him to invest in. But it's just amazing when you're able to get around the right people. And I think, even with you and I meeting, Reuben, I think that's what life is all about. It's about taking advantage of opportunities and seizing relationships and cultivating relationships with people, because I believe that everything that you need, you already have to be successful, but you just never know who God is going to send to you to allow you to get to that next step in your life, in your business. And so I'm excited about that.
Oh, I am too. And I'm excited for us, and I'm excited for the people in New Orleans, because we're going to have a lot of things going on. We're going to do some event marketing also. There's going to be people who join and get on board with us here. And the call-in number, again, is 504-260-9265, 504-260-9265. We're doing some events that will be invite-only type of things. We're going to give away a lot of prizes on the show. In fact, today we're going to give away a 1-hour consultation with me, which is probably worth $125. So somebody's going to call in today, and we're going to leave your name with with our producer Tiffany, and she's going to take your name, and then at the end of the show we'll pick somebody, and then I'll come out to your business and either do an evaluation or we'll sit down and talk about your ideas. So, that's going to be a wonderful thing. So we're going to have some other people come. But some of our power partnerships, let me talk about that for a second. Mr. Ben Guillory over on Franklin Avenue, who's graciously sponsored the show with us. He's a State Farm agent, and we want you to patronize him. The law offices of LaShonda Webb and Associates, and she's going to call in a little later. We'll give you some information on her. We have a new company that I started with some of my other partners called CPM Credit Management Services, and what we're going to do is, I know you hear a lot about these people out here that can clean up your credit, but we're going to show you how to actually do it the right way. This is, people pay people to do things like that, and I don't know anybody that has ever done that, but we're going to have some actual credit management counselors that's going to sit down and talk with you, and they can help you repair your credit. And that's something I know a lot of my listeners are going to need. Another person, one of our power partners, is like we talked to you about earlier, Capital and One Source Business Financial. They are out of Atlanta, but they have an office here. Mr. Victor Corning, he's a very good friend of mine, and he can help your business get the funding and financing that you need to get started or get established and whatever. You need to expand your business. He's going to be able to help you with that. Another one of our power partners is Ms. Lakeisha Washington Fleury. She has LDW Tax and Accounting Services over on the West Bank on Sadler Road. She'll be coming on the show talking about, how to get your taxes together, accounting procedures, things that you need to know if you're not a real accountant, how to keep your business going, those kind of things. We have what we're going to have. Oh, I didn't tell you this, but I will share this with the group. We're going to have a young entrepreneurs section. We've got some young people who have started businesses, and one of them is Miss Bridget Baker, who has a company called Creative Jewelry by Bridget, and she's been doing this for 5 years now. She's a young person in high school. She's interacted with the floaters, with the First Lady.
Wow.
And she's received several awards from the SBA for being an entrepreneur, and she's going to head up our young entrepreneurs section that we'll have to kind of spur young people on to do what they can do and show them that if she's able to do it, and she's actually got a website, she's actually making money, she's designing jewelry, and she's going to be an inspiration not only to young people but older people also. So she's going to be one of our power partners.
That's pretty amazing.
And then of course we got the lovely and vivacious Miss Domonique Decou, and she's got some opportunities, and later I guess she'll tell you a little bit about that. And
Maybe
then
just
again,
a snippet.
And then we've got Lena Barberin, who's going to be coming in talking about some fashion tips and what's going on in the market out there for young people, and she's got her finger on the pulse, and she is our guru for all of social media. So again, we have the television show that comes on 8 o'clock on Friday nights on Channel 8 Cox Cable in New Orleans called Small Business NOLA, and Dominique's going to be working with us with that. And we got another television project we got in the pipeline, and we got all the media. We have an email blast that if you're interested in, again, contact us either here at the station or email us at smallbusinessnola@gmail.com. Smallbusinessnola, all one word, @gmail.com, and we can give you some information about that. Hit us on the Facebook page, and I don't know how much you want to tell them about. You got something that people might be really interested in. Well,
I don't know if they're ready for that.
But you can tell them to call you.
Well, definitely. I consider myself a 21st century entrepreneur, and
that's what we're going to call her too. We're going to call her.
And when I say, some people might say, well, what does that mean? 21st century entrepreneur.
What does that mean?
Well, see, typically people believe in building brick and mortar businesses, and I think that's great. I think that's what our country was built off of, and most of the people listening in right now to the show, that's probably where they're employed at, or where they employ people at, a traditional job. But I'm a 21st entrepreneur, and so I believe in multiple streams of income. But not only that, I also believe in creative ways to create those streams of income, such as multi-level marketing, network marketing, direct sales. And a lot of times that industry has gotten a bad rep. And I know it has, because I know people have approached me in the past and said, what do you think about that? And not to cut you off, but I tell people, if that is going to get you going, if that is a start for you, or if that takes you to another level, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Right.
But, you got to know what works for you. And that works for a lot of people.
Absolutely. But, see, one of the things that I plan to do with this platform is, in speaking about the industry, I'm going to really give people 100% of the facts and the truth about the industry. So they'll have the ability to actually get the right information, to be able to make a decision about what they're going to get involved in, because you don't always have to go to the route of traditional business. So we're going to get into more of that. But I see the lines are absolutely lighting up right now.
And we got a call on line 3 from Alfred. Let's see if we can get Alfred in here. Do we have Alfred on the line?
Hello.
Hey, Alfred.
Hi, Alfred.
Yeah.
How are you today? Thanks for calling in.
Okay, you're welcome. I was listening to your program, and I'm in a bit of a dilemma. Here's a situation. I'd like to become an entrepreneur, but I'm 57 years old. Most of my life was white-collar professional. As a matter of fact, I was one of the teachers that was released after Hurricane Katrina. I've been, just doing jobs here and there, putting things together. The bottom line is this. I hear all the things that you're talking about, and I'm glad for you. But what happens to an old man like me who still has a lot of good years left and is willing to try anything, but has no business experience from the past? Because I was always taught, you go to school, get a job. Now here I am before retirement age, but I'm still able, I'm willing to do this. So I'm starting from zero, and I hear you talking about youngsters in high school doing it. What does a person like me do?
Well, I'm going to address it first, and then I'm going to let Domonique jump on it. One, let me say this to you. You're never too old to start. If you're still breathing, there's tons of things for you to do. There's opportunity everywhere, and I look at it like that. Now, two, a lot of people come back to me, and they say, well, Reuben, I don't have any money. Well, everything doesn't take money all the time. Sometimes it takes collaboration. You have some talent and some experience that somebody with money possibly can use. So you can understand that. So you can collaborate with somebody for the talent and ability that they don't have. So what you may do is this. You may start a tutoring service. I'm just giving you an example of stuff that you may do. There are other opportunities out here. But let me say this to you. What you can do, Mr. Alfred, is this. You can start gathering your information right now and to find out, one, what makes you happy. That's one. You got to be that because nobody wants to be miserable in making money. There are people that learned years ago, say maybe your parents were bakers, and for some reason you learned how to do a lot of baking stuff, but you really don't enjoy doing it. But you did enjoy teaching. So there are things that you can do. There are tons of people that need tutoring. I just came from a funeral. God bless the lady that just passed away. But some people were there talking about how their children are struggling this summer with math. And, there's a ton of opportunities out there. People want their children to succeed, so that may be something for you. But let me say this to you also. You can start gathering information, meeting with people, and if you'd like to meet with me, I'll make some time and meet with you and kind of talk about your ideas and kick it around for you for a little bit and see if I can kind of give you some guidance, just and not only in a Christian way, but trying to help another member of the community. So use something that you have an experience with and you enjoy doing. So what I'm going to say to you is start gathering some information, find out how many tutoring services there are out here, find out how you can get to them, come up with creative ways to get to the schools and tell them what you can do, what you're able to do, how to get to your students or whatever else. And it could be high school, it could be college, no matter what it is. But you have tons of experience, obviously, and you've gained tons of experience just by your age. So.
And let me just add something to that because, Alfred, a lot of times I hear this. A lot of my partners are definitely probably 3-4 times my senior. And a lot of times when they reach a certain age, they feel like, okay, well, it's too late right now for me to do anything. But it's really not too late. Whenever you make the decision, that's when it'll happen. And because you still have a lot of other years left in you, you can still do whatever it is that you want to do. Now, I was taught the same thing, to go to school, get a good education so I could get a good job so that I could retire and live this so-called American dreams. Well, 2 degrees later, that never happened. And so I had to begin getting creative in my pursuit of happiness, if you would, and really looking for other streams of income. So there are things out there. There are avenues that you absolutely can take. And I have partners that are literally, I have one partner, she's in her early 70s, and now within just the last 2 years, just started a business and is generating well over 6 figures of income. Okay, and that's on a yearly basis. And so it's never too late for you. It's just about you researching out there. And there are businesses that you can start that don't require a lot of capital, don't require a lot of money. For example, the business that I'm involved in, people can get started at a very low level. And so it depends on what you want to do. But trust me, there's something out there for you. You just have to go out and seek the information. And you don't need a fancy education. You don't need fancy degrees or anything like that to be successful.
Right before I hang up, because I know you probably have other people calling, my thing is this. After Katrina, I think I found out what God put me on earth to do. And I was feeding my family by gardening, but I have no business savvy. But maybe if I can get with y'all at a time, because I don't know what to do. I know how to feed my family, but I don't know. I just don't have the business.
Well, Well, why don't you do this? Why don't you, we're going to put you on hold and go ahead and give your information off the air to Tiffany. She's going to take it down, and myself as well as Mr. DeTiege, Reuben, will definitely reach out to you, and we'll definitely help you take that next step, because that's what this platform is for after all. We're here to help you.
And again, here it is. The things that you don't know, either we know or we have people. Again, I don't know if you heard me say that we got banking people that are a part of our power partnership. We have insurance people. We have legal people and everything else. So what we're going to do is, Tiffany's, we're going to go to a break for about a minute, and we're going to come back. But Mr. Alfred, please leave your information with Tiffany, and then we can go from there. And then we'll try to see if we can help you, because that's what we're here about. We're about helping people. All right. We're going to go to break, and we'll be right back with Small Business NOLA. Go ahead and call us when you come back, 260-9265. We'll see you back in 1 minute.
Girl, I had a good time at Bible study last night before we got into all that political stuff concerning the president.
Girl, I like to discuss politics. I always get into these heated debates, and I love it.
Well, for me, I just rather stick to business or community.
Well, all that's fine. But for me, I like to talk about the Bible and religion.
Well, for me, I just rather talk about the community and business events.
Join us daily for a lively discussion where you talk what you know and where we discuss religion, business, politics, and community events. Talk what you know from a scriptural perspective. Talk what you know from a secular perspective.
What are our obligations to one another as Christians? Should Christians just stick their head in the ground like an ostrich and hope events just pass them by? Join us and talk what you know. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. on WBOK.
WBOK, real talk for real time.
Well, we're back on the air, back here, and
I enjoyed Mr. Alfred calling, but there's a ton of people out there like that. And what happens there is these people call on the phone, and a lot of people don't know what to do. And, they're not you and they're not I.
Right.
And they want the information. So we created this show so we could have, people call in and try to help those people. Because I think, I always tell people the economic engine for the city, the economic engine for the state, for the United States, for the nation, is going to be small business. 6 out of 10 businesses are businesses with 10 people or less. So,
right.
I understand our illustrious governor wants to bring in a plant and do a bunch of stuff or whatever like that. But what we need is people with small businesses who will actually focus on employing other people. Now, we got Victor Coynan on the line, who is one of our power partners, and he's with Capital One Source, which is a finance group. So can we get him on the line?
All righty. Yes.
All right. Do we have Victor Coynan on the line?
Yes, you do, Mr. DeTiege. How are you today?
How are you, sir? Thanks for calling in.
Thanks for having me.
And we had been introducing some of our power partners. So Capital One Source is a finance source for people who have businesses. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
In your words, tell our audience out there what you do and what you can do for them. Victor, would you tell them?
Absolutely. Well, like Mr. Reuben alluded to, we are a full-service capital source for small businesses. We exclusively deal with small businesses. We don't do any residential, but our niche is we have partners who are looking to invest in businesses. We don't have any sort of areas that we're excluded. As long as you're a business owner, you're profitable. We even have partners who want to work with new businesses. So we have lots of different varieties of ways in which we can help. One of our more popular things is we have what we call factoring products, which are essentially where we will buy your accounts receivables. So anybody, I myself used to be in the contracting business, knows that waiting 30, 60, 90 days sometimes is hard to run a small business when your accounts receivables have such long lead times. So what we do is we can come in and we can finance those for you up to 90%. We also have secured lines of credit, which are very popular. probably one of our most popular products, which allows us to, based on credit card sales volume on a monthly basis, we can offer a small business a line of credit, which, you know, as a small businessman, I can tell you is the holy grail of small business, a line of credit. But I could go on. We have tons of traditional loans. We have equipment finance. But we want to help small business. I'm a New Orleans person myself, know how hard it is to get lending in traditional banking. So we just provide an alternative source of finance outside of your normal brick-and-mortar banks.
Now, Victor, before we go,
yes, sir.
Tell them how to get in touch with you.
Sure. Our process is very simple. Our website is www.capital1source.com. And on our website, there's a very brief survey that you could take, which essentially is the tool that we use to determine which products best fit your particular business need. We're there. And also, you could call into our office, which is area code 770-239-1702. And one of our sales associates would be glad to talk to you. It's a no-risk, no-obligation process. We ask you a couple of questions so we can determine which of our partnership products will work best for your particular business needs. And generally, we can get you approved for some sort of financing within 48 hours. We generally have money in our client's account in less than a week.
That sounds great. And then you're going to be back on the show sometime before the end of the month, and we'll have a segment, and you come on and kind of answer some questions if they have any, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And where can they email any questions they have to you after they get off the phone today?
Absolutely. We have they can email our funding department, which is funding, spelled out, FUNDING, at capital, again, the numeral 1, not the word, source.com. Or they can email me directly, and my email is V as in Victor, Cornin, my last name spelled out, C at CapitalOneSource.com.
CORNIN, VCORNIN at CapitalOneSource.com. I think we lost you for a second.
No problem.
All right.
V Cornin at CapitalOneSource.com, and have them mention the radio show, and we'll waive any fees or whatever, just based on the fact that they're WBOK listeners.
That sounds good, Victor. Thanks for calling in, man.
Thanks for having me, Reuben. You guys have a great weekend.
You too.
Thanks.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
That's one of our power partners, and let's go on. Here's the one we've been waiting on. Let's see if we can get to Lena Barbaran is on line 3. Let's see if we can get her.
Lena, you're live on WBOK.
Hello.
Hey, Lena Barbaran, how are you?
I'm great. I'm so excited to see Small Business NOLA back on the radio.
Oh, we are too. Tell everybody a little bit about you, and then because we got another caller, and tell them what you're going to be doing with us.
I'd be happy to. My name is Lena Barbaran, and I'm kind of a journalist in the city. I've been doing journalism as early as 15. Right now I'm 21. And what I really want to contribute to the show is my passion for entrepreneurship and really my interest in young people doing businesses. I know he mentioned a young lady earlier who wants to talk about young people and what they're doing in the city, and I'm extremely excited about her. I cannot wait to meet her as well. But I've had my own magazine since 2010 talking predominantly about young people in the city and their own businesses and how they're doing amazing things. People have clothing lines that are known across the nation. On top of that, a lot of social media marketing. Social media marketing is becoming the number one way of getting any kind of marketing or any kind of sales to your business. And I have been reading up on that. I've been studying it. I've been very interested in that, and I have a wealth of knowledge to share with everyone. I'm very excited to be a part of the team, and I cannot wait to get to know the listeners and for the listeners to get to know me and to just inform them all the things that they've been missing out on.
We got one more caller, but we are excited, too, and I think I'm the luckiest guy on radio. I got the two most beautiful women working with me, so I'm happy. I'm sitting between you two. Tell them how to get in touch with you right quickly, Lena.
They can contact me via email, linabnola@yahoo.com. That's linabnola@yahoo.com.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll be talking to you later, okay?
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, I think we got one other caller here. We have Richard. And we'll try to get him in right quick. He's on line 2. Can we get him in here? Yeah. Richard? Oh, did Richard go? He's gone.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show. now. Any closing remarks that you want to say,
Well,
Reuben?
I think it was an exciting show. We had a lot of people call in, one of our power partners, and we'll have some other people call in next week. But I enjoyed doing the show with you, and I think we have a lot of good potential. And tell them, you want them to get in touch with you any kind of way?
Definitely. You all can get in touch with me at Game Changers International, but it's the abbreviated version of international, intl@gmail.com. Game Changers, intl@gmail.com. But certainly call in next week. You can also find me on Facebook, Domonique Decou, Decou is the last name. And we certainly want to hear from you, all your questions, and listen in, and hopefully we can take your business to the next level with this empowering information.
And again, we'll be back here next week at 2:30, so hook up with us then. We're going to have a lot of great information for you. Domonique will be here, I'll be here, and I will tell everybody out there, success is your only option. There are no obstacles, just opportunities. And we'll see you next week on Small Business NOLA.
Have a great week.
You too.